We're here to learn about string. Strings in Python, quite used. Let's say you just need to say your name. Name is Raj. Okay. So if your name is Raj and you say, okay, I I just want to print the name, say one, something like this, and I say print in your script. If you want to say script print name, it's gonna print Raj for you. Yes. If you see the type of name, it says it is of class str. It is an object of class string. So if you make another name one, also if you create that as Raj, okay, and if I say id of name, and if I say id of name one, both of them are pointing to the same address, which means even for strings it does work. But sir, does it work for a bigger string? Let me say if I say name is, just say salute, salutation basically. Salutation is say hello to all. Okay, and if I say salute one is equal to, and I say hello to all, exactly same. And if I say id of salute, and if oh, I'm so sorry, okay, I have not defined salute. Sorry, I haven't defined id of salute, and if I say id of salute one, both are different, which means it is going to happen only for strings of a particular size. It's not going to happen for strings of more than few digits. It's going to create a cache for you, but that cache is going to be only for a few characters in the string. Okay, now coming on about this particular string, can I find out, can I use the is operator? I just told you how to use the is operator to find out if there is an element in Raj. So if I want to say, is a there in name? It says true. Yes, a is a part of Raj. Yes. What if I say k in Raj? It says false. No, no, no. K is not there, right? So this is your in operator, where, or the membership operator, which says, okay, can I find out if there is a particular element in that particular string? So, but what if my name was something like this? Okay, so you have a name which is going to be a little bigger name. Let me say Rahul Tiwari. Okay, so this is my name. Okay, and then I say, from this name Rahul Tiwari, can I say name of 5? What does it print for me? Ooh, it prints a space. Name of 6, it prints capital T. Name of 7, I, which means it is printing each of these elements, space, T, I, and so on. Are you able to understand? Yes. So what is the meaning of that? Which means this Rahul Tiwari is nothing but consisting of different characters, and each of them are given a particular index. Now, when I say name of 5, okay, I expect that, okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, so that means it is starting, the index is starting from 0. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that means index is starting from 0 in string. So that means name of 0 is gonna be R, right? Capital R. But what if I want the last element? What if I want the last element? Oh, if we want the last element, I don't know how many elements are there. I don't even know the name. Okay, let's say this name is blanked out for you. This name is blanked out for you, and you want to find out what is the last element of this name. You don't know what the name is, so you don't know how many digits are there. You don't know what it is all about. So how do I find out what is the last element? One of the ways is you're going to find out, let's say, the length of name. I can find out with the len, which is, if you go to help and if you go to the Python docs, you can see Len is going to be a built-in function where you can pass in an iterable. An iterable is nothing but something which has a lot of, you can iterate with index. So you have len of name, it says 12. Okay, so that means there are 12 elements in this. There are 12 elements in this. Okay, but this is blanked out for me yet. Okay, so if I say I'm just going to say of name of len of name, is this going to be a right thing for me? Len of name means name of 12. Name of 12, which means 12th element in name. Oh no, it says string index out of range, which means I need to come one less than len, because length is going to give me n, but I need to come till n minus 1, 0 to n minus 1, which means I'm going to say len of name minus 1. Okay, it says I. So this is how I found out what is my last element in a string without me knowing what the string is all about. But there is one more way of doing it. You just the way as you say name of 0 is r. If I say name of minus 1, if I say name of minus 1, it says I. Name of minus 2, it says r, which means it is going opposite this way. So these are going to have index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. But if you go from opposite, it's going to be minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 8, minus 9, and so on. So hope you understand how strings are working out here, how the index are going to work. Using a for, my question is this: using a for, can you print for me the name? Okay, can you print for me the name one after the other? So it's going to be, I want to print this element first, then I want to print this element. So that means I want to print each of these elements one after the other. I want to print it using a for. Is it possible for me to print all the elements using a for? Is it possible? Let's see. So I can say name. So I'm going to use a for. So for, let's say I'm going to use each of the index in range. What is a range? Okay, in range, what do I say in range? Okay. So that means I need to start from the 0th element. Of course, range is already beginning with the 0th element, so you don't need to say the start. Okay, so can I say the index of each of them, 0 to 11? Okay, can I say len of what? Len of name. Okay, so this is going to be len of name. Okay, and I'm going to print name of I. I'm going to print name of I. String object is not callable, which means, oh sorry, name of I, this I is an index, right? So you're going to say an index, name of I. That's what we're doing: name of 0, name of 1, name of 2, and so on. So it's an index. Rahul Tiwari, yes, RAHULTI. So basically I accessed each of the index in range len of name. Why didn't I do len of name minus 1? Because this is exclusive. So it starts from 0 and goes up to len of name minus 1. So length of name is 12. 12 minus 1 is 11. So I gets the value 0 to 11. So when it gets 0, it comes inside. Print name of 0 r. Then it increments I. I becomes 1. Print name of I, that is print name of 1, that is A. Print name of 2, that is H, and so on. It does it till I. Okay, but is this the best way? No, there is a better way. For says whenever you're using an iterable, that is a string. Okay, whenever you're using a string or a list or any of that sort, you don't need to use the range function, or you don't need to find out the index and stuff if you just want to print. You can just say for every element, or you can say for an element in, you can use any variable here. You can just say char or anything. You can just say any variable out there. In, he says don't use range function. Just write there the iterable that you are looking for. And whatever you have in element, this element is not going to have index now. It is going to have each of the elements in name. What is the first element in name? R, capital R. It is going to have that element itself. I don't need to say Name of element, but because that element is the element itself, it is not an index. Are you able to understand? If I say print element, wow, it just prints for me Rahul Tiwari. Yes. So it makes that simple using a for in for a string. Is that clear? With this, we understood an intro to strings. We're going to look at few more functions of strings and a few more parameters and how strings are going to be used in the next session.